Slice of Life shorts and videos on my phone and I was like, oh, good props. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this telephone. I mean, just for instance, hey, Ethel, did you hear? You know, Jim Bob and Billy Bob and Bob went down the creek. Okay? There's all kinds of stuff that you could do with this telephone. But, the old fashioned hillbilly kind of humor where people used to have party lines and that sort of thing. When I unbox this is the unboxing for this phone is scheduled for March of 2026. And yes, I know that's more than 6 months away. But I got this from Jim McIntyre and his wife Julie. And they were, I believe, at Johnny Cajun Roots Reseller Hump Day auction, or they were at Mark, or maybe they were on Lisa's New Adventure. But I bought this telephone from them, and they float around to different reselling channels. But anyway, I've already done 2 shorts with it. One I scheduled the week of March 2026 after I unbox it. But I also released a video this morning that has the potential to reach a lot of people. So pick up your headphones. It's time to listen. But anyway, since my internet has been unreliable, I had said last Friday, I was supposed to have a live auction, an unboxing last Friday, and I just loved the jewelry so much I couldn't sell it right out of the box. And I kind of said I was going to do it today, but on my channel, my moderators are kind of spread thin. And in order to have an auction, you really need a dedicated moderator for that. I have one moderator who works during the hours of the live, one that drives a lot, one that shows up here and there, another one that shows up here and there. So I don't have regular auction moderators at this point. And I'm afraid that I would miss who had claimed an item and that sort of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pre-recorded video for that sale, and I'll post it later instead of trying to do it live and it end up being interrupted. But this telephone is very heavy. Oh my gosh, forgotten how heavy these things were. And it plugs into a telephone line, but it does not plug into an electrical outlet, because the old landline telephone lines have a mild electric charge that power the telephone, if it needs powered at all, because this telephone is from the 70s, 80s, and it doesn't even have a keypad to punch the numbers that lights up. And Marty and I were talking about this telephone because we were on a trip to see my grandmother, and she still had one of these when Marty was young, and which everybody had changed to the slimline phones with punch numbers. I mean, they were still on landlines, and they still didn't have electricity connected, but you would just punch the numbers. So Marty goes up, and I asked Marty to call somebody in the family for me, and they do this. Oh no, they didn't do that. They did this. They tried to press the number. So they were going to go bump, 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 and thought, the phone would dial out. And I'm like, no, so you had to twirl the dial. So they did this. And then while the thing was going back, they were trying to punch the next number before it got completely back, and then started yelling at the phone. Because it just takes so much patience, I guess, to dial on one of these when you're used to just punching the numbers. And the numbers that Marty was used to pressing weren't like, the telephone where you just touch it. You had to press down a little mechanical button for each number. Like, an old clickety clackety keyboard. You had to press down the number letter on it. But old fashioned phone, the slim lines, you would punch the numbers. And these days, when this phone came out, they did have the area code listed on the phone, but you could dial, if you were calling local, you could dial, good morning. Oh, Dennis, if anyone wants to ask me any questions, feel free. Go right ahead and ask me any questions. I will help me make shorts. I hope you all heard the story of how Marty was trying to phone to dial by trying to push the buttons like that. Hilarious. And when I told them that they had to do this, they started doing this, trying to catch the second number on the way back around. And then when they realized they had to wait until that went all the way back around, they started screaming at the phone. It was hilarious. But anyway, I used to work for AT&T, and we still had, when I worked for AT&T, we still had the landline phones. But we had very nice computers that were hardwired into them too. And those computers were they're still, that's been 30 years ago or more. And those computers are the fastest computers I've ever seen in my entire life. They were Sun Microsoft computers. And there wasn't anybody that could keep up with them. I mean, you could have 50 windows open and all the windows working on something. And I've not seen a computer that fast since then. Honestly, haven't. So how are you doing today, Craig? I'm sorry, Mr. Bigfoot. I was so glad that you were here. I hope you're still there listening. But I love Bigfoot. Not specifically you, but the legend of Bigfoot and Mothman. And I have a friend that specialized in Bigfoot. And he would, I went to high school with him. And as an adult, he drank a lot of whiskey. And he would take pictures of himself in coffins, and he owned a hearse, and he probably still owns a hearse, but he was an artist, still probably is. I haven't talked to him recently, so I don't know how much art he's still doing, but it was Halloween was a thing for him, especially, but he I think he worked under the name Caleb, but he's a very unique individual. I should reconnect with him this coming Halloween. See, this thing is, I haven't connected it to my landline yet. I'll have to do that, and I can make telephone calls. Now, back in the day, what we would do is now, there was no caller ID back in the day when they had these phones. So you call anybody and say anything, and they would have no way to find out who you were, which was just kind of astounding. So we as kids would pick up the telephone and call somebody and say, "Do you have Prince Albert in a can?" And back in the day, maybe even now, I haven't kept track of loose leaf tobacco products, but Prince Albert was a brand of tobacco. And so we would call and say, "Do you have Prince Albert in a can?" And they would say yes. If they said yes, we'd say, "Let him out, let him out." So just really stupid stuff like that. Oh, the other one I remember is, "Yes, ma'am, is your refrigerator running?" "It is." "We'll go catch it." just really stupid, like dad jokes on the phone that we would do to people. And then we would hang up, and then we'd all laugh, and it was like a pajama party kind of thing that we would do. Lots and lots of fun. But I was saying earlier, and hopefully some of you will catch the replay, that I'm going to do the auction that I was going to do on my live last Friday. I'm going to do it pre-recorded because my internet is not reliable. And I don't have any problems recording videos and uploading videos. But yesterday and today I've had problems going live. So I'm not going to risk trying to do an auction on a live on my channel. Now, when I go to somebody else's channel, I click their link, and I have no problem talking on someone else's live. Everything's gone smoothly as far as the feed when I'm other people's lives. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to pre-record my Christmas in July sale, and I'm going to pre-record my jewelry sale. So Marty and I have selected pieces of jewelry we wanted out of it. And so I'm going to do a little bit more research, and then I'm going to do a pre-recorded sale instead of doing it on live. I think right now, because there's been so much trouble this morning, I don't even want to do an unboxing. I have more than a few boxes around me. The problem is they're all very large packages. I don't have any small packages around me. The ones that I do have, I have plans for how I'm going to unbox them. So that, oh, my battery's about to die. Oh my goodness, it's been a morning, hasn't it? But anyway, so my sales on my channel will be pre-recorded. I ended up with having or needing to go on auction with my friends on their channels on days that I have volunteer work to do. So I had to completely change how I was looking at things because my schedule changed. And that happens in life. The day that seems like everybody has their membership sales where I can come on are on days that I'm busy. So I have to change everything around, and it's okay. Maybe the thing is, I get inflammation in my feet, and I get fatigue from sitting. So one of those auctions where you go in rounds and you show one item, and then you show your second item. And I'm not selling these. This is just an example. I mean, not that I won't sell these in the future, but right now I'm not selling these. Okay, there's your second item. And then you show your third item. And this is not for sale either. I'm just showing you. Okay, you show your 3 items. You give your price, you get it, or then your turn is done. And it goes to another seller and another reseller. And you can have anywhere from 2 to, I don't know, I've seen as high as 6 and 7 people. Sometimes half a dozen people at an auction, but they're doing it in rounds. So you present 3 and then you wait for your turn. That kind of auction that goes for hours like that, where you take turns, I really can't do. I need the auctions, like the member auctions, where they have 12 people, but everybody gets 20 to 30 minutes each. So an auction like that, I go on, I do my 20 minutes of auctioning, and I do my 5 minutes, then I'm done. I don't have to sit there for the 2 hours, 3 hours, however long it goes. Well, if it's 2 people, potentially, might last an hour. Maybe I could do that with this one other person. but I can't do these long 2.5 to 5 hour auctions, the endurance for it. So anyway, so glad you're listening, and good morning to everyone. And so I'm going to do my auctions pre-recorded. I don't know, with all the buffering that happened, whether it's going to record what my weekly schedule is. Tomorrow I have a Bible reading at 5 o'clock, and today I have an unboxing at 3:30. And Tuesday night, I don't know what auctions I'll be at as far as visiting and in the chat. There were tons of auctions on yesterday. Just saying, Monday is awfully crowded. And I get that. If I was still on regular auction, Monday is a good day to have it because you've got all the rest of the week to get your mail out by Friday and have your invoice and have your customers pay. And it's a good schedule to have because if you auction on Thursday, it seems like to your customers you've taken longer, and people don't really do things a lot of times on weekends. I mean, I'm just talking about the sellers. Sometimes the buyers don't look at their invoices on the weekend. So, that sort of thing. So Monday, having your auctions on Monday is a good thing. It's a good way to sell. And maybe I'll put my Christmas in July sale up the 28th, which is a Monday, and maybe have my jewelry sale the first week of August, because there seems to be a lot of people have more money at the first of the month for some reason. So that's all well and good, and I might do better to have my sale at the first of the month. So sounds like a plan to me. And if I change my mind, which I've been known to do, I'll let you all know. You all have